When you first get started in Helldivers 2, it can become very overwhelming deciding which weapons and stratagems might be the most helpful. In this guide, I'll be covering which weapons and stratagems I've used to help me rarely ever die and constantly be able to blast my way through any bugs and automatons that I've come across. Now, I promise you that if you follow this video to the very end, that you are going to be a lot better player overall, and you are going to have a lot more fun playing this game. Quickly, before we get started, please drop a like as it greatly helps other people find this video and get help from it too. So the first thing that I'm going to be starting on is going to be the weapons. Now, if you haven't realized this yet, the way you're going to unlock your weapons is going to be through the acquisitions. Now, on PC, you're going to press R, you're going to open those up, and you're going to show your war bonds. Now, unless you have unlocked the other ones, which I have not yet, you're going to click on this first one here, and as you can see, in each one of these pages, there's going to be a weapon that you can unlock. Now, some of the weapons are going to be a little bit better, some of the weapons are going to be a little bit worse. Although I haven't unlocked all of them yet, I personally believe that we do unlock one of the best weapons quite early on. So, I will go into the equipment now, and we're going to get into the weapons. So for the primaries, you start with the Liberator Assault Rifle. Now, honestly, this is going to be a pretty decent assault rifle for you. And honestly, I'm going to recommend that you stick with this assault rifle all the way until you unlock the SG-22 Breaker. Now, for me, I ended up using the Diligence a little bit, although this weapon overall is not super powerful, and it's really just not that great of a weapon overall compared to the other options. Now, the Liberator Penetrator you unlock after that automatic shotgun. This is a pretty decent assault rifle, and it's medium armor penetrating, as you can see here. I played around with this a little bit, although honestly I still felt as though the SG-225 Breaker was still just honestly the most powerful weapon that I've used so far. As you can see here, I've unlocked the Scythe so far, and I'm only at level 11. So far, this really hasn't seemed to be very good, and it's kind of been right in line with what everyone else has said, how it's like pretty bad. So honestly, I wouldn't even recommend trying this out. Just save your points and unlock something else completely. For the secondaries, the only one that I really have so far is the Redeemer. I would strongly recommend this pistol over the starting one. Way bigger capacity, recoil's better, way higher fire rate. It's actually pretty decent. Definitely always going to want to use this. Eventually there is a grenade pistol, which is going to be a little bit better, especially if you're trying to clear out the bug holes. But most of the time you're going to want to use the Redeemer. If you're still wondering what the best settings are to get the best FPS but still have your game look amazing, definitely be sure to check out the video in the top right corner. So next up, here we are over at the ship management. Now we're going to come over here to the second tab and go over to Stratagems. Now as you can see here, this is going to have all of our stratagems listed out for you. Now when you first start the game, most of these are going to be locked, and you're not going to have very many, if any, points to be able to unlock any of them. But honestly, that is okay, because when you first start off, they start you with the machine gun and a couple of other basic stratagems that will be more than enough to help you get by until you start to unlock some of the more powerful ones. Now, I believe at level 3 or 5, you unlock the material rifle. Now, this is basically a sniper rifle that is going to be able to one-shot quite a few different enemies and two-shot some of the more powerful and armored enemies. This is going to be very, very helpful, and I even still use this now at level 11. This has been super useful for me, and honestly, I've used this as my primary weapons from time to time. Now, as we come down a little bit further, you'll see that I have unlocked the autocannon. Now, this is an absolutely fantastic cannon, and this is able to take down some of the very armored enemies with very much ease. Although, the only problem is, as you will see as we get a bit further down, is you have to wear the backpack for it if you want to be able to reload, and that becomes an issue with some of the other stratagems that I like to run. So next up, we come down a little bit to the cannons, and we have the Orbital 380mm HE Barrage. Now, I unlocked this, I believe, around level 7 or level 8, and I unlocked this mainly for taking down the swarms and the bases, as you can see right here. Now, it's not very accurate whatsoever. Honestly, where you throw it, it's most likely not going to hit a single one, but it will hit in like a circle around that area. I have found this to be very effective for controlling massive groups of enemies, and this has pretty much been the only missile thing that I've really run besides the napalm airstrike, as you can see down here. But it has worked for me so far, and I'm waiting until I get the orbital laser and the rail cannon strike. Coming down a little bit further though, as we can see, the Eagle napalm strike. Personally, this is the one that I've just unlocked and the one I've been using. Although the Eagle cluster bomb may be a little bit more effective, that's just the one that I've been using. So you can kind of take a look at both and choose between the two. But for myself, I've been using the napalm. I believe I unlocked this around level 9 or 10. And the jump pack is also something that I've wanted to unlock, because in certain situations this can definitely help you get you out of some sticky situations and allow you to get some places where other enemies can't necessarily get you. So definitely something to keep in mind as well. Now from the bridge, we have the orbital precision strike. Now this is unlocked from the very start. Now I have honestly used this from time to time still, because it's very useful for taking down buildings and stuff for like the little side missions, and the cooldown time is very, very short. Now coming down a bit further, we get to the guard dog rover. Now this is the reason why I don't use the autocannon and why I'm still using the material rifle. Now you use the guard dog rover and you use a little backpack for the rover guy. And basically what this is going to do is follow you around with a laser rifle, and what this is going to do is take care of all the tiny little enemies around you rather quickly actually, and make it so that way you don't have to worry about them and you can focus on the bigger guys with ease. This has actually been so helpful, and it's saved my life more times than I could even account just since I've unlocked it. Strongly recommend at least giving this a shot. Now as we come down a little bit further, we get to the robotics, and we can see the sentry turrets. Now the machine gun sentry, although you unlock it relatively early, it's not going to be that good. So I didn't even bother unlocking that, and I waited until I could get the Gatling sentry. This is able to mow through enemies with no problem at all, and I usually use this for more of the defense-based missions, and it's been extremely useful. The mortar sentry is pretty good, although that needs to be from more of a distance, and I've been killed from my teammates' mortar sentries quite a few times, so I've just decided to not really bother with that yet, although it can be very useful. Now the last thing I wanted to mention here is there is another guard dog, and this one is equipped with the Liberator assault rifle. This has been something I've actually been kind of curious about checking out, and I did not see this at the time when I purchased the one with the laser. Now I'm not sure if this one's actually stronger or not. I plan on doing some testing on this very soon, and I will get back to you guys on that. So now that we're done with the stratagems and the weapons, we're going to go over to the ship management one more time, over to the third tab called ship module. And I want you to look through all of these different things here for the bridge, the hangar, the cannons, the administration center, and all of these. And what all of these are going to do is basically reduce the cooldowns, or basically give upgrades to each of your stratagems. Now, the way that you're going to upgrade these is going to be with the samples that you've found from in-game. The common, the rare, and like the mega rare samples. Now, basically, with these, it's going to make each of your stratagems stronger. Now, like this one, for example, I upgraded this one because I've been using the sniper and the autocannon a lot. So this makes them deploy with the maximum number of carryable magazines. This makes it huge because otherwise it only spawns with about half, and you're going to be running out of ammo near instantly, and you're going to need a resupply, and most likely that resupply is not going to be ready unless you just started the game. So just take a look through these and decide which one you might want to upgrade, and definitely don't forget about this because that's going to have a huge effect on your actual in-game experience. Now, hopefully by this point in the video, even if you haven't followed every piece of advice that I've given you to a T, hopefully now you have a lot better idea on which stratagems are going to be the best and which are some of the ones that you're going to want to unlock in the very near future. But if this video helped you out, I would greatly appreciate if you'd leave a like And definitely consider subscribing because I've got a bunch more Helldivers 2 content coming out very soon. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.